Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. We have West Ham at home today. Literally, I mean, there's no easy games at this point of time. Yesterday, I was thinking about which team is easy to play, and honestly, the answer I came up with is none at this point of time. Even Southampton, you name the team, Southampton, Leicester, Everton, every bloody team is tough to play at this stage because it's not because of what the other team represents. It's not because of the qualities of the other team. Of course, qualities of the other team is important, but but it's because of at this stage you're fighting against yourself. At this stage, you're fighting against those doubts that linger in you. Oh, if I slip up now, what will happen? What are the consequences? We saw what has happened to Arsenal, especially. So I think at this stage, basically, you're fighting your inner demons more than anything else. It's a especially for City, it's a competition with yourself, and battles with yourself are some of the most hardest to win, be it in football or be it in life. So every match, I won't say this match is easy and that is tough. Every match is tough in its own way. Countenya is here. Hey, Countenya, how are you doing? He says, I'm hoping for a Stefan Ortega masterclass today. Well, Countenya, after reading that comment, Stefan Ortega masterclass today, I was like, wow. But then you put a smiley after that, right? That has me worried. I do not want to see a disaster class from Stefan Ortega. Let it be a masterclass. But Stefan Ortega for me is much more calmer in short stopping. His short stopping is almost. I mean, I don't want to drive any comparisons, but pure short stopping wise, I think he's. I would compare him to when David De Gea was at his best a couple of seasons ago. He was keeping United in the Champions League with his saves and all. Ortega can absolutely produce those saves, but then Ortega can also play with the feet. He's is literally the top five goalkeepers in this league with the feet. So it's just fantastic that we have both Edison and Ortega. Bayaji says, "Come on, Sharks! The blue shark has." I wouldn't say gobbled Arsenal up, but the blue shark has frightened Arsenal at this stage. That's what I'll say. Bayaji says Diaz and Rodri look knackered by the end of last game. Correct decision to rest Edison. That is true. That is true. That is true, Baiji. Baiji, I'm worried about Rodri, especially. So many minutes, and I keep on referring this actually because Rodri has played for Spain so many minutes from last season to till now. Rodri has literally had no rest. Maybe the summer off for a while, a month or so, and that's it. He's not had any rest. Played in the World Cup, all the games. Played for City, all each and every game, and I don't know how Pep will manage the minutes of Rodri. I mean, Ruben Diaz is an interesting one because a lot of people were saying you should rest Ruben Diaz and put in Aymeric Laporte. But I'm always skeptical about resting centre backs because that when just like striker, just like why he's not resting Erling Haaland. I think with centre backs, it's about momentum, it's about understanding, it's about going with the flows of the game. So there's almost a saying in football that when your striker is in form and when your centre back partnership is formed, don't dare to rest them. Vinay says KDB. Vinay, KDB is unfortunately there's no news on KDB. Pep's telling that it's an injury. KDB's got an injury. We do not know what the injury is and stuff. Bayaji says KDB must play some minutes before the Champions League game. Hope so, Bayaji. I think we'll actually know if KDB will play the Madrid game because I think if he plays against Leeds on Saturday, I think he's playing the Madrid game because I would not expect Pep to just play someone in a Champions League game without him having any minutes for the past 2-3 games. KDB, I know KDB is really. What are we doing at the back? That too with Stefan Ortega. Just having a big, I wouldn't say shocker, but we are just being too insistent in passing from the back, and we have done it very well. There's green space to run into. It's Julian Alvarez. Alvarez does well, gives it to it's Grealish actually gives it to Haaland. That's Not really Alvarez, and that was a poor shot from Alvarez there. For a moment, the way Alvarez was skipping into the midfield, I thought it was Grealish, but I dropped my eyes and it was Julian Alvarez. But such a nice chance. Good to see Nathan Ake back. I mean, in a way, that the situation is over now, that Ake has missed the Arsenal game and stuff and is back. In a way, it's good for Ake that he's got a breather before the Madrid game. I mean, we might be having a different conversation if that Arsenal game didn't go well. Probably City are just playing out from the back exquisitely well here. And West Ham are not parking the bus as well. Bernardo Silva, look at the space in the midfield. I don't know why Bernardo didn't pass to Jack Grealish over there. Gerard Bowen, remember the last time we played West Ham? I mean, last season when we played West Ham? Away, it was almost a heartbreaker because we needed at least a draw from the game and we were 2-0 down by half time. And we had a band-aid defense in Fernandinho and Aymeric Laporte. Laporte was playing through injury and stuff. Jack Grealish, Kyle Walker. Good to see Pep. I'm giving minutes to Walker as well because Walker has suddenly come into the picture from nowhere. So now Pep has the option of choosing from his full quota, full Monty of defenders. It's a mistake from Stones there, but something that is not too costly. Well done, Grealish for the second ball, and Bowen's won it back. I think Antonio looking to counter. We must be careful of the runs of Antonio, Bowen, the long shots of Paqueta. It's just seeming that the rhythm's not quite there. The rhythm's not quite there. Be nice as Ancelotti is giving good rest for Vinny, Benzema. I think even for Modric is giving good rest. They're telling injury and stuff, but I doubt. See, they don't have anything left in the season, right? They're not gonna win the league. I think their Copa del Rey is finals are over, or I don't know, and I don't think they care a shit about that. So I think it's almost with Real Madrid now that they don't give a damn about the league. It's all about the Champions League. I wish our priorities were like that straight away. That just win the Premier League or just win the Champions League every year. That's it. Don't care about any other competition. That's a dream, That's a dream for any top side. But but over rest, I would any day prefer, the momentum of playing, the sharpness that comes with playing every 2 days, 3 days. People say tiredness, but when you're winning, you're doing well. There's nothing like tiredness and stuff. Vinicius last time also they had La Liga secured and now no title race. Last year I think it was lucky for Madrid in terms of Barcelona was in their own financial turmoil, new manager and stuff, and there was nothing there. And this year it's the reverse. There's actually some news going on that Ancelotti could be sacked if uh, that's almost a great diagonal there, but that's well one. That's well one back. Mares, you just needed to keep it. That's excellent work rate from Julian Alvarez. Look at the work rate from Julian Alvarez. It's just fantastic. Two games at home. West Ham, Leeds. We have to do well in these two games because there are inevitably tough games. West Ham away will be tough. Then we are back at home to Chelsea. I'll not comment on that match, but Everton away will be tough at Goodison Park. Everton away will be damn tough, and then we have Brighton away, Brentford away at the end. But I think Everton away is one game where I'm not so sure because Madrid both the legs, and whatever might be the result in the first leg, it will be emotionally draining for the players. John Stones does extremely well. Stephen Ortega. Ortega looks confident with his feet, and it's a long ball. Oh, Haaland made the run, but no one actually saw him. JSK says Jude Bellingham once went to Real Madrid, big blow for us. I mean, I think we have discussed on this channel. I think JSK many times that Jude Bellingham is not the absolute priority for us. It's not a do and die signing for us. Actually, it's. I mean, there are other priorities for us, like for example, filling in for a left back position, bringing in a winger, probably bringing in another midfielder, for example. Now that Gundo might leave in an year. So I think we have other positions to fill. Vinay says, imagine the outrage if Jude came to City. That would be something else. That would be something else. Vinay, people will come out with this shit of City spending the highest, this, that. You know, to put facts into perspective, a lot of rival fans will not accept this, but to put facts into perspective, from 2012 to 2022, if you see the net spend of City and Arsenal, for example, Arsenal just have spent 100 million. City just have spent 100 million pounds more than Arsenal in the last 10 years. Just 100 million pounds. So City have just got Grealish more. That's it. In the last 10 years, net spend of 100 million pounds, and they say that we are the top spenders, this and that. West Ham are actually playing very well here. They're looking to hit the channels. Nathan, go and engage with Bowen. Nathan, go and engage with Bowen. I don't know why he left Ruben Diaz. Wonderful defending by Ruben Diaz over there. Excellent defending by Ruben Diaz. JSK says Florian Wirtz. I actually think Florian Wirtz is better than Jude Bellingham, because with Florian Wirtz you're essentially getting a KDB replacement and also a Gundogan replacement. Whip across into the box. No, give it back to Grealish. Give it back to Grealish. Yes. And it's a corner for City. So I think Florian Wirtz can do both the KDB role, the Gundogan role. You know, the difference between Florian Wirtz and Jude Bellingham is Florian Wirtz has that mischief in his game, those runs that a Gundogan makes, that a KDB makes. So Florian Wirtz would be more interesting. I mean, the hype is around Jude Bellingham, but City Scouting Network, I believe, no. Ake. That was a free header for Nathan Ake. 9 minutes gone and nothing on the scorecard. Yeah, it's okay. Pepe speaking to Walker. There's something that's not right today. There's no rhythm. There's no rhythm at all. And the interesting thing is West Ham are also open. I mean, seeing the West Ham lineup, I actually thought they'll just park a big bus. Cresswell, Emerson, Kehrer, Ogbonna. You literally have five defenders there. But West Ham are actually coming out. We're just taking a bit too long on the ball. John Stones is coming into the midfield. That is interesting. John Stones, Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez is 1v1 with Cresswell, I think. Rodri, there's a diagonal switch available. That's well done. Nathan Ake gets to it. Ake has to play the ball to Grealish. Nathan Ake, we have not tested the West Ham goalkeeper once. I know the corner just went a bit above, and a tame shot from Julian Alvarez, but other than that, not tested. Fabianski even once. And that's a crime at the Etihad if you don't test the goalkeeper even once in the first 10 minutes. Good cross in. Rodri. It's given away. It's a counter attack that is on, but Nathan Ake does extremely well. Nathan Ake does wonderfully well over there. It's a free kick. It's a free kick. Ruben Diaz is considered a free kick, but I thought that was a fair tackle actually. Let's look back on the replay. I thought that was a fair tackle. Ah, the ball's gone. The ball's gone. The ball's gone. I don't think that's a yellow card, but the ball's gone. The game's not gonna be easy, guys. No game is gonna be easy from now on. That's something which we need to come to terms with. West Ham throw. We have to be careful with set pieces from West Ham because I think there's some record. The last few goals which West Ham scored have mostly been from set pieces, something. So we have to be careful. Second ball, guys, second ball. That's a goal kick. What is it? Has it given a free kick or something? This referee is, I think, pretty much a joke. He's given a free kick now. City looking shaky here. City looking shaky. That's well defended. Those kind of free kicks are not easy to defend at all. Ah, imagine if you would have found Erling Haaland over there, a bit wide his diagonal ball, and that would just have been fantastic. Win the second balls, guys. Win the second balls. That's how they scored. West Ham score again. Generally score. Bowen. Antonio wins the ball, and then Bowen wins the second ball, and he goes on and scores. That's what they scored against us last season, so need to be careful. No team has created a chance actually in this match till now. Erling Haaland does well. Erling Haaland does extremely well. Jack Grealish gets the ball back. Julian Alvarez, I think it's a slip from him. Otherwise, he's squaring the ball to Erling Haaland over there. That's a slip from Julian Alvarez, I think. But the run from Alvarez is superb there. I just think that he should have done better with his quality. I think you expect Erling Haaland to get an open goal over there. It's another free kick to West Ham. They're just disrupting the momentum, that's all. To be fair, that's a free kick, but look at the confidence from Stefan Ortega there with his feet. But it should have been 1-0. Alvarez just missing a simple pass. That's very well won back. That's excellently won back by Bernardo Silva. Riyad Mahrez plays it to Erling Haaland. Ah, Erling! Why is everyone just misplacing passes today? I just don't know. So many misplacing of passes today. So many missed passes. But Alvarez seriously should have just played in Erling Haaland there. Just thought he tried to play it through the legs and don't know, just didn't happen. But he had to make that pass. De Bruyne, for example, in that position makes that pass. Rodri. Both the wingers have space. That is interesting. Both the wingers are just standing wide. It almost seems like both Grealish and Mahrez are, for some time in the match, they just play like a decoy. We have seen it against Arsenal. We have seen it Not as much against Fulham, but against Arsenal, especially both of them almost played as a decoy. Didn't do much, but they had a lot of impact in the game by taking that position out wide. Vinay says, lads look tired. Inevitable, Vinay, inevitable. That's why I'm not going in too much on them, Game every 3 days, a game every 3 days. Even against Fulham as well, they look tired, but they got the job done. So I think we need to be patient. It's not easy competing for three trophies when literally have a match every 3 days till the end of the season. So it's not easy. The only thing is we've got that buffer from Arsenal. But I think there is a time when we need to use that buffer. Especially I think Everton away could be that time because sandwich between both the Real Madrid legs. That's very well done. A cute ball from Rodri. We are not just sharp in the midfield. I think we're missing Gundogan. At least a Phil Foden. Get Phil Foden into this midfield. 3 away games. Exactly, 3 away games against Everton, Brentford, and Brighton, I think, right? Three are going to be tough. Just looked at how tough Fulham was. Just bloody pass the ball. Why are you holding on to the ball? Stefan. Wonderful pass by Stefan Ortega there. Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez has done well to playing Jack Grealish, but that ball literally had to go to Erling Haaland. And not Julian Alvarez and not Jack Grealish actually. It had to go to Erling Haaland there. Nathan Ake, Rodri, Kyle Walker. Not tested the goalkeeper even once, and it's almost 18 minutes. Rodri is playing extremely well. His interceptions and everything are just superb. Haaland was almost looking to pounce on that. Yeah, patience is the key. Vinay, patience is the key, and not to get frustrated. Just to, I mean, not to fear about the result. That's all. Because we were playing in much more strenuous situations last season, 18-19 season, where even a draw was not allowed. This situation is much better than that. I mean, I'm not saying a draw, lose, or something like that. We need to win every game, but just need to be patient. Just find Erling Haaland. Give Erling Haaland. I think these are the kind of games where Erling Haaland can be even more, vital. Just that one chance, sharp finish. I think the moment we get the first goal, I think the game could open up a bit more. I think West Ham will not defend as much. Nathan Ake. Bernardo Silva does well. Bad touch from Julian Alvarez. When was the last time you've seen that? Antonio had gone out with the ball. What a great situation and bad touch from Julian Alvarez over there at the vital moment. City are slowly kicking into rhythm now. Julian Alvarez in space. Ah, West Ham are now on the edge of City's box. We just need to be patient, just like when I said, just be patient. Well done. Bowen's run was extremely good over there. He curled it, but Stephen Ortega just read it extremely well. Ake has developed so much on the ball. He has learned that pausa, which Pep Guardiola always says. The build up from the gap and ball into the midfield, everything is so good. But after that, just pass it wide, pass it wide. Yes, Jack Grealish. Ah, good defending from Okpono over there. This is what you want. This is what you want. I mean, why not try a low drilled cross across the box more than anything else? Riyad Mahrez with the corner. For a moment I thought it went the other way, but that's good defending again from West Ham. 22 minutes gone. I mean, City are in a kind of a dominant mode, but we have not tested Fabianski, so I cannot say anything. This is almost kind of a throwback to the last season with City. And last week at this time, we were absolutely running riot with Arsenal. We were just enjoying ourselves, right? So, great position for Jack Grealish. The cross is overhead. Jack, what a chance. Really should have been 2-0 up with Julian Alvarez's cross, and this was such a good chance. One touch football just opened West Ham's defense up, and Jack Grealish just needs to do better. Grealish needs to do much, much better over there. Tough chance for Erling Haaland, but Jack Grealish really needs to put the cross in a much better fashion, actually. It's a free kick to City. Come on, guys, get on with the game. I mean, we must also remember that this is a World Cup here, so it can't be compared to all of the other seasons, other traditional seasons where City went on a run and things like that. The great thing about this season with City is, even though we had the highest number of players involved in the World Cup from the Premier League, probably along with the United, we are still managing to compete in these many trophies, managing to put those performances together. Jack Grealish, nothing. Again, Grealish not on the same page, and West Ham hoof it away. And Stefan, give it back fast. Patience is the key. Like when I said, I'm repeating it again and again, but it looks to be that sort of a night for City. Jack Grealish, West Ham are just looking to hit us on the break. This is where you miss the creative spark of a Kevin De Bruyne. That inventiveness, that creativeness which opens up defenses. Alvarez is great, but is Alvarez a creator? It's not right. Nothing on him, but he's not a creator. He is a good center forward. Ah, City get the ball back again. The pressing and everything has been very good today. It's a foul. West Ham player has put hand on his head. I won't say we need to change something and all here, but it's been a good 27 minutes for City without penetration. That's what I would say. There's absolutely been no penetration. We didn't even test Fabianski once. That's the biggest worry for me. Not the style of play, not the system, not the players, nothing. But we haven't tested Fabianski even once. Awkward bounce, awkward bounce, awkward bounce. Well done, very well done. Jack Grealish, Stefan Ortega clears and hits it out. Stefan, he's been good with his feet, I would say, till this point. Okay, this was a miscued kick, but Madison has this hoofers now and then. That's fine. I just hope it's not a long throw in. It's actually a long throw in, and City have defended it very well. Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez, Ruben Diaz, Kyle Walker. Pass it around patiently, pass it, but bloody test the goalkeeper. Test the bloody goalkeeper. That's a great ball in Jack Grealish. Ah, Jack said it well, but at least good. He's tested the goalkeeper over there. That's what we want. Test the goalkeeper. Jack probably wants a corner, but that's well done. Ah, I think the keeper's beaten there. It hit the post. And that's a good save from Ortega as well. So saves on either end. Fabianski's one was not a save actually. Half an hour gone at the Etihad Stadium. We were rampant against Arsenal. I think we had dozen chances last week by this time. City are looking to up the gears a bit. Riyad, Rodri, good ball by Rodri, and that's a throw for City. City are just looking to up the ante now, but it's half an hour gone. They should have upped it probably 5 to 10 minutes earlier. Mahrez with the throw. Kyle Walker again. I think we're taking a bit more time with the ball at the back. Need to be quicker. We need to be quicker. I know there's a threat of counter attack, but then need to be quicker in order to. Ah, how unlucky that is. I thought Rodri scored over there. How unlucky that is. Look at that. Give and go. Haaland and Rodri. This is fantastic. On another day, that should have been 1-0 City. Ah, with the post. How unlucky. See the Julian Alvarez cross and then this one. And West Ham are up the other end. I don't know what Stefan Ortega was doing over there. Such a good chance. Honestly, we should have been at least 2-0 up. The Alvarez chance was easier, I think. This one was unlucky. You just can't do anything. Just broke open the West Ham defense with that run from Rodri. That's fantastic. I think that's what this is a game for someone like a Gundogan, someone who makes those runs with regularity. Good switch. Excellent, excellent ball. That is. Just pass it past the ball. Yes. Yes, pass it to Jack Grealish. Rodri is free. Julian Alvarez gets there. Bernardo Silva on the ball. Rodri, Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake. Rodri. Ah, again, Rodri is now starting to make more of those runs, but this is again a chance. Slowly we are trickling towards half time. Probably should have squared it for Erling Haaland, but I don't know. Another chance. How many chances do we need? Another chance. He's slowly at least starting to test the keeper here. This was a chance. This was easily a chance. No, there's not much pace on it, but John, this was a chance. You need to at least hit the target. That was a chance for John Stones. It's a free kick to City. I think it is a dive. Probably it's a dive from Fornals, I think. What a pass from Ruben Diaz. Pace on the pass was just too much. Ake does extremely well there. Ake does extremely well. That's a free kick to City. Foul on Jack Grealish. That's a free kick to City. But West Ham are very good at defending free kicks. We just need to get on with the match here. Just can't allow time to just go by. Riyad Mahrez with the free kick. Ah, half chance I would say. Not exactly a chance, but it was a good free kick. Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez. They're trying to play that thread of the needle stuff again. That's gone out. Pep wants a penalty for that, but I don't think he's getting. City are having 80% possession here. 80%. But there's nothing in the column that matters. It's just the score at the end of the day. We just need to test Fabianski even more. Just launch a barrage of attacks. I know there's a threat of counter, but you cannot do anything. You have to risk it. Jack Grealish. It's a free kick in West Ham's favour. This ref is just not allowing the game to flow. He's just giving a lot of free kicks away. I mean, a lot of fouls away. This is not the La Liga or something, ref. 6 minutes till half time. Be nice if we deserve a lead. All our dominance and stuff, we deserve a lead. I think he needs to get on Phil Food and just for that impetus. Ake just pass it back to Stefan, yes. I wouldn't be surprised if Pep brings on Ederson. It's not that Stefan has been bad or something because I mean Ederson can't do anything. It's not like West Ham are man marking us or something as well. It's just that West Ham are, playing a deep low block and they're asking City to break it, that's all. They are not offering anything going up front. Kyle Walker. Very ambitious ball. Cannot do anything from that. City need to find more attacking avenues in the second half. Gundogan there sitting on the bench. I think this was a game for Gundogan, but again, how many games are you gonna play? Rodri, Gundogan, and Alvarez or De Bruyne are the same midfield. I think this is again it's a gamble which you need to take when you're in three competitions. So nothing against Pep for the squad selection and all. It's a gamble you need to take when you're fighting on so many fronts. It's a free kick for West Ham. Nathan Ake is so good at winning the headers. He's I think one of the best headers of the ball in the world in terms of both defense and attack. Very good defending from Ake. One last attack, guys, before half time. One last attack. Kyle Walker. Walker's now just striking long balls. Back to Stefan Ortega. Stefan, there is. Yes. He's always found the right pass. He's had a very good game today, Stefan Ortega, at least till now. Rodri. Jack Grealish. Ah, no service to Erling Haaland at all today, except a header. I don't remember him having any service in the box. Pep needs to change it. I don't think the midfield of Alvarez and Bernardo works unless you're trying to close out a game. Don't think it's that creative enough. I'm sorry, but don't think it's that creative enough. You need to play a Gundogan or a De Bruyne alongside them. Erling Haaland there. Jack Grealish. What happened to Erling Haaland over there? The ref is not gonna look at that for a penalty, right? He's not gonna do it. Stefan catch the ball. Oh, he's very confident with his feet. Can we put in one more attack? That's a city throw. We add one more attack. I think there'll be 2 more minutes of added time. Coutinho says the ball stayed on the left for most part of the game. It was mostly Bernardo Silva and Grealish bumping in crosses. Any reason behind it? I think transition is the reason, because if you lose the ball over there on the left, I think Grealish and Bernardo, they have the most work rate. I think so. I think Pep doesn't trust Mahrez in terms of getting back defensively. So that's why I think he's doing that thing. Otherwise, I don't see any reason for it. It's just the work rate thing. That's a good ball in. That's a good ball in. Counting says Mahrez has been very quiet so far, sort of underutilized. I know that has to change. The problem is Alvarez and Bernardo Silva. I don't think that midfield works because both of them play in. I mean, move in a kind of a similar way. They don't give you that variety which a Gundogan does. See, I think to break a low block, you need someone who does what Rodri did. The 2 times Rodri made those runs through the middle, I think it was just fantastic. It was unlucky Rodri didn't get a goal. So, I mean, I think you need a Ikai Gundogan there in the second half. I think that's that. It's half time, and there needs to be an attacking impetus into the team. There needs to be something. I think it's Phil Foden. Phil Foden is coming in, and I think we need to. It's not been a bad half. It's not been a bad half, but it's just that we are lacking that final ball. Who's there to give the final ball? That's the thing. The only way you can get a final ball here is I think Jack Grealish putting a cross in or Mahrez putting a cross in. I think that's the only way, and that meant that when an opponent knows that that is the only outlet in which you're going to break them down, what they do is they defend narrow. They just you can see three people in the center of the box just defending narrow. So I think you need a creative player in the middle. I think this is a game for this was a perfect game for Kevin De Bruyne, and this is a game for Ilkay Gundogan. I think now that De Bruyne is not there. It's not going to be an easy next 45 minutes, not going to be an easy second half. I think it is important Pep Guardiola acknowledges Julian Alvarez and Bernardo don't work and he just replaces one of them. Or I think there's another thing which Pep can do, which is done at the Etihad, like when we are 2-0 down to Crystal Palace, he did it and we were back 3-2 and stuff like that. I think he can just send Julian Alvarez up front, just flood the box, occupy both the centre backs, Haaland and Julian Alvarez, and just put crosses into the box and stuff like that. I think the reason those crosses into the box are not working is I think there's just Erling Haaland over there. Julian Alvarez is, I know he's come for one or two crosses, but he's rarely being involved in an attacking sense. And Julian Alvarez had some good chances, I think with 10 or 15 minutes to go, he had a simple pass to make to Erling Haaland, and Haaland almost would have rolled it into an empty net if he did that. He didn't do it. And then Rodri's chance, I actually think we had at least two good chances in that half. Rodri's chance and that Alvarez not making that pass to Erling Haaland. And Jack Grealish one, it obviously went a little wide. Even if I won't consider that, we had two good chances, I think, in this half. Bayajis is tired and out of ideas. Mahrez off, Foden in. Exactly, Bayaji. Foden there needs to be an attacking impetus in the second half. But literally, if you see the possession stats, 80% in our favor. I mean, in half of football, 80% against the Premier League team is actually very good. It's almost like they are giving you the ball and telling you play. And I know that's not been our style of play this time round, but West Ham are just sitting back. You need someone with creative ideas to actually break them down. The one thing we must not do now is, I think, as fans, I'm sure Pep will not do that. Players will not do that. I think we must not panic. Must not panic. I mean, I don't think many people remember it, but do you guys remember the Crystal Palace game where we just won 1-0, Erling Haaland penalty? If we did not win that game, I think there was no title race, literally. That was a tough game as well. So, these kind of games happen. I think we need to find a solution to it. We were down and out against Tottenham, right? Here 2-0 down and we came back and won it 3-2. In Crystal Palace at home, we were 2-0 down, came back and won it 3-2. So I actually think we must not panic. Just keep on working out. Keep on trying to break West Ham down. Haaland will get one chance. I think it's now depends on whether he can take that chance or not. Bayaji says Grealish and Bernardo playing between themselves without any single good chance. I also think Bayaji that Grealish and Bernardo they don't work. I mean, they did work against Bayern, but when they were playing on opposite wings. But when Grealish and Bernardo, I think when they play on the same side, Bernardo left mid and Grealish left wing, right? I don't think both of them work actually when they do that. It almost is like, not as much, but it almost is like Dybala and Messi playing together. Both of them sort of come into their areas. So I think Bernardo Grealish is not working. I don't think, like Kandania pointed out, I think Mahrez is not working. We are not utilizing Mahrez at all. It's just been too passive. I don't know why is that. So, couple of interesting scenarios in the game. I mean, you saw the chances of Jack Grealish which Jack Grealish had and the good crosses he's put in. Bernardo Silva was always away from him. It was just Jack Grealish playing on his own. Whenever Bernardo went over to the Grealish side predominantly, It was almost like, both of them, they played into each other. That 1-2 between Haaland and Rodri, it should have been a goal. Unlucky. Bayaji says without KDB, Haaland's effectiveness is heavily reduced. They're again playing that same tiki-taka system, Bayaji, like we have done in sort of earlier part of the season, and just after World Cup when we were going through a bad run. I mean, bloody John Stones has also had 4 touches in the opposition box, and Haaland has had just one. Julian Alvarez had just one. It's just becoming a bit passive. I mean the thing is, okay, the opponent is parking the bus, and that is actually fine with me. You try to break them down, but my concern is you're not bloody creating a single chance for Erling Haaland. You're not letting Erling Haaland, test the keeper. Testing the keeper is so important. And I think you need someone who can make those runs between the lines. Why is Julian Alvarez for me not making those runs between the lines which a Gundogan does? Alvarez is a striker as well. So I think Alvarez needs to make those runs between the lines. Otherwise, it's going to be tough to break down this West Ham defense. And they're trying to put crosses into the box. I understand Haaland is a beast in the air, but you have Ogbonna, you have Keller, and you have Emerson. You have people there who are tall as well. They're just not going to roll over with you. So I think we are going to see changes in the second half for sure. I would not be surprised if changes are if Pep makes the change right out of the tunnel. JSK says need Carlos Borges over Mahrez, need Phil Foden over Mahrez, JSK, and why the hell are they playing Jack Grealish all the matches? He is tired. How much work rate will you expect from him? He's bloody tired. I mean, overall, I would say the team looks tired actually. The team looks very tired, and the schedule is just unrelenting. The schedule just doesn't give you time to rest. They're showing the chances. We look a bit jaded here. I know Rodri is looking not fresh, but Rodri is look lively, but we absolutely look jaded here. Haaland just had one touch and one chance. That's what the guy brings to the table. I mean, the match is at home. That's the hope. If suppose this was away, it would have been a bit more difficult. They are showing the Fulham Liverpool game. Liverpool have come bang on form. They're leading 1-0 at Fulham, and again, I think these Fulham players they love to give a penalty away. Because in Adrabio gives a penalty away, and Salah tucks it. And bloody Salah, he has never missed a penalty, at least in this season, except the Arsenal game. I don't know why people only do it in Arsenal games. Liverpool should have bloody won that game with Arsenal. But I'm just sitting over here and thinking, what do we need to do actually? What do we need to do to break this West Ham team down? It's going to be interesting. We absolutely need to win our next 2 games, because then not Liverpool, Arsenal are going to Newcastle. That pressure will just be too much. I won't say too much, but that will really put pressure on Arsenal if we win our next 2 games. Bayaji says company like goal will be needed, because when it hits the post, it usually ends in nil-nil. By the way, Bayaji, do you remember that Leicester game, Leicester City 18-19 season, right? I I, I I had a pretty bad day that day. It was a shit day, and then I came home tired, and then I was watching the match, and I was like, the day was like that, nil nil. A lot of Aguero hit the bar. I think that day it was that kind of a day. I thought that was the day when the title was gone because Liverpool were not gonna lose the match. And then Company comes with the goal. It's just fantastic. But Rodri, I'm still thinking about it. How the hell did Rodri find the post perfectly there? But then again, it's a question for you guys. Do you want us to throw the kitchen sink at this, or if it comes to that, would you be happy with the draw, or do you want us to throw the kitchen sink if suppose it remains nil-nil for a longer period of time? I hope it doesn't, but generally, what would you like to happen? Do you want City to go for it, or City to say, well, we're matured enough, a draw is enough, or we will see how it goes? Because that's another dilemma here. You know, when you have to win, then I think it removes all your doubts from the mind. You go that bit harder. But as soon as a draw is an option, I think you just allow that thing to linger in your mind. Okay, a draw and nothing happens. Vinicius' final third have been poor, pathetic cross a ball from Silva and Grealish. There's no one who Alvarez tried a through ball, and I also think Vinay that if you're trying through balls there, you have to be of De Bruyne's caliber, at least Gundogan's caliber, or else one missed through ball and Declan Rice a pass to Antonio. Antonio goes, Bowen goes. It's impossible to defend that transition. I think that's why they're using the wings to attack because in the wings, even if you lose the ball, you can pretty much bring in the defensive cover rather than losing the ball centrally. Vinay says we barely do counters. There are no risky passes to Haaland. That is true. That is true. I would like to see Haaland actually tested more. I mean, Haaland get more chances, not tested more. I would like to see Fabianski tested more. I mean, I'm a bit nervous before this half. The only solace is at the Etihad. But then why does West Ham always do this to us at the end of the season? Why does bloody David Moyes do this to us at the end of the season? I don't know. Well, the tough weeks don't seem to end for City. The week with Bayern 2 weeks back was also tough. After that, another week was also tough with Arsenal. I think the last 3 4 weeks we are literally playing final after final, right? We had games with Liverpool, Newcastle, Bayern Munich, 2 legs. With Arsenal, we had a game. Wow, we had an FA Cup semi-final. Vinay says Mahrez no cross merchant. I don't know why they have not utilized the crossing ability of Mahrez today, especially from the left, because Mahrez's side, West Ham's defense is not that strong as well. So I don't know what will Pep's game plan be in the half, why they haven't utilized Mahrez. But one of the things could be that if Mahrez loses the ball, I think he's not defensively as much quick enough to get back and prevent the counter like a Grealish does and Bernardo does. Because we have seen Mahrez lose the ball once or twice and Julian Alvarez just rushed back and he's helped Mahrez on the counter. Bayaji says as soon as Mahrez receives the ball, he passes it backwards in double quick time. That is also there. But again, Bayaji, I mean that's a dilemma. That's again a difficult thing to answer because probably he does it because he does not see a good pass available. Because if you especially against these counter teams, if you do not do that, if you do not have that quick decision making and make the wrong choice of passing it forward, I think they hit you on the counter lightning fast. Bowen and Antonio, Paqueta, Downs, all of these people. I think Fornals is also playing, so it's I don't blame Mahrez for that, but yeah, he's just slowed the game down. It almost reminded me of those games, you know, and those games in the season earlier on in the season when Grealish and Mahrez were playing together. Just be back in a moment. The half has almost started. Yes, it started. City have kicked off. No changes from Pep Guardiola. Nathan Ake with the ball. Ake passing it to Kyle Walker. Walker to John Stones. Mahrez to Stones. Rodri. Stones. Cross from Mahrez and honestly the cross was shit. No one could reach it. Ikai Gundogan is warming up. I think this game needs an Ikai Gundogan. It's a West Ham throw. Emerson with the throw. Throw it fast, mate. Don't know, he's already wasting time. I mean, they're already keeping the bloody ball in the corner, West Ham. And it's just 47 minutes on the clock. Oh, it's a bloody long throw as well. Rodri does well. Rodri does extremely well. The ball is back with West Ham again. Erling Haaland on the counter attack here. West Ham get back fast. That's a free kick to City and it's a yellow card. The West Ham player, the card is coming up. The card is coming up for Jack Grealish. I think it's Downs who's made the foul and it's a free kick for City. I would want a right footer to take it, probably Julian Alvarez. Just show a bit more urgency, guys. Nathan Ake scores! Nathan Ake scores! Nathan Ake! Woo! What a goal on your comeback! I just hope there's no offside on it. I just hope there's no offside on it. Vinay, tell me there's no offside on it. I'll be very disappointed if there's an offside on it. There's no offside on it, obviously. I think it was Antonio. Yeah, it was Antonio who's played it. Riyad Mahrez and what a header from Nathan Ake. Wow. Ake is special. What a season he's having. Nathan. Come on, Nathan. But the work done by Grealish there is also fantastic, I think, because he had chances to pass. He had chances to pass, but then he took it upon himself and he just drove through the West Ham defense there. Rodri, Jack Grealish. Exactly, JSK. You have Erling Haaland, you have Julian Alvarez, and Ake gets the goal. But I think, but if you remember, this goal is a repeat from the past. Liverpool, I think, Liverpool, Carabao Cup, if I'm not wrong. Ake scored a similar kind of a header from Mahrez cross. Exactly, I mean, the same run and everything. So I think it's a training ground practice one more than anything else. It's City's throw. I think really should have looked to pass it to Mahrez. Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake, Rodri, Ake, Ruben Diaz, Julian Alvarez. Good pass by Rodri, Bernardo Silva. Good run by Julian Alvarez, but he just slipped in the last moment. Don't know why Julian Alvarez is just slipping today. I think it's the second time he slipped today. That's very well one back. Erling Haaland, Jack Grealish. What a run by Erling Haaland anyway there. But just look at the movement from Erling Haaland over there. Just thought he'll finish it off in the flight. But give and go, Jack Grealish. It's just that the ball arrived a little bit late for him. A bit more pace on the ball and Haaland would have just finished it off one touch. I think it's West Ham with the throw. Yes, it's West Ham with the throw. We need to be careful now. Ortega, release someone fast. Yes, Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake. Why are they playing a mini football match with Stefan Ortega? I don't understand. If you guys remember, Ederson and the boys almost cost us points at Fulham playing that mini football match in the second half. Well played out from the back, I must say. What a ball from Ruben Diaz. It has almost found Erling Haaland over there. Very good ball from Ruben Diaz. But win the second balls, guys. Jack, where are you pressing and whom are you pressing? Bloody Jack. But well done, Julian Alvarez. The connection between Mahrez and Alvarez is just not there today. I don't know why. Jack Grealish, Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish. Natanake, Rodri. It's a throw in for City. We need to get the second one, guys. We need to get the second one. Rodri, Natanake, Jack Grealish, Rodri, not Ruben Diaz, Rodri, Julian Alvarez, Rodri, Jack Grealish, Julian Alvarez, Antonio has held it up extremely well, and West Ham are on the counter attack now. He's offside. Antonio's offside. No, he's not offside, but well done. I thought he was offside anyway, but we need to score that second goal. We bloody need to score that second goal. Bernardo Silva gets the ball. Penalty! There's no appeal from Haaland, so I think it has to be a corner, but let us see. I think that's close. That's much more. He gets but he gets Haaland as well. I don't know. I don't know. Check is complete. West Ham are looking to hit us on the break here. That's a throw in, but there was a. Bona gets the ball anyway. He gets the man, but he gets the ball as well. That through ball to Haaland again. Just wondering if Kevin De Bruyne was there. Why are we so open? Nothing. Ah, Kyle Walker heads it away. We're living on the edge here. We need to be very careful. Need to be extremely careful. It's an in-swinging corner as well. That's very well defended. That's extremely well defended. The danger's not over. The ball's coming back in again. Julian Alvarez does extremely well clearing it. Just feels City need the second goal here more than anything else. We need the second goal here, guys. I think Sofal is down and his hamstring is probably gone. It's a substitution from West Ham anyway. Is it a penalty, Vinay? I don't know. Actually, did understand what you meant there, Vinay. The game is still tight. The game is very tight. That's well defended by Rodri. Well done by Stefan Ortega over there. That's a free kick for City, but the punch from Stefan Ortega was very, very good over there. Extremely good punch over there from Stefan Ortega. In the last 5 minutes, West Ham are almost having 89% possession. We need to somehow find that second goal. Ah, Erling Haaland's cross is not good enough. It's a free kick to West Ham. Rodri had to concede that free kick in a way, but City just can't go into a shell like we did against Fulham here. We need to score the second goal, guys. When are we becoming this team who trying to protect these 1-0 leads? We need to. That's a great switch. That's a fantastic switch, I would say. Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz, Rodri. It's actually Ruben Diaz. Rodri, it's John Stones coming into the midfield, and now Rodri, Mahrez, Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish. Ruben Diaz, Rodri, Jack Grealish. That's a free kick for City. Julian Alvarez is on free kick taking duties. That is interesting. That is very interesting. West Ham preparing another change. Vinay says VR referee is the one who was suspended. Oh, was he suspended for that Arsenal, that Brentford thing? Is he the one? Shite free kick from Julian Alvarez. Well, David Moyes is, I think he's bringing in Said Ben Rama, I think. No, he's bringing in bloody Danny Ings. Guys, we need to score the second goal. Antonio is gone. He's bringing in Danny Ings. We need to score that second goal. And bloody Pep is not making any substitutions as usual. Yes, just kick the ball forward. Move it forward. Erling Haaland will always win it. Stefan. That's very well played by Stefan Ortega. He's having a very solid game, at least up to this point. Riyad Mahrez, Jack Grealish. That was similar strike to Fulham, but on the opposite corner for Julian Alvarez, and just did not get enough height on it. That's the only thing. He just did not get enough height on it, Julian Alvarez. Fabianski goes long. Ready, go and defend. Go back and defend, guys. Go back and defend. He's gonna put a cross in the box, I think, now. That's very well defended, but the danger is just not over. Kyle Walker needs to be careful. He's not used to playing in a back three. The City's press is extremely good. We have forced West Ham back. Erling Haaland is through. And Erling Haaland scores! Erling Haaland! What a celebration! Celebration with a meditation! Erling Haaland! 51st goal! Congrats to Haaland! That's what the placard in the crowd says! Erling Haaland! What a beauty you are! I just hope it's not an offside. No, it's not an offside. It's not an offside. I'm hoping it's not an offside. But just look at the finish. Just look at the finish, Vinay. Just look at the finish. Look at the swagger of the finish. Look at the dagger Erling Haaland has put in the heart of West Ham. Record broken. Exactly. Record broken. Record broken for a 42 game season. I think Dwight York and Alan Shearer's record has been broken. But whatever the finish, Vinay, whatever the finish, how do you describe the finish? Wow, what a finish that is, right? What a finish from Erling Haaland. I mean, the way he's just lifted the ball over the keeper and gone on with that celebration. Keep calm, that's what he said at the Etihad. Wow, what a player, Erling Haaland, wow. And people said you will not be able to cut it out in the Premier League, Erling. And people said you make City worse, and experienced pundits said you make this City team worse. Erling Haaland, they said commit the man for Kevin De Bruyne after that in that Arsenal game. The same thing can go to Erling Haaland. Commit the man. I think our next target should be not to concede a goal in the next 10 minutes. Until 81 minutes, you're not conceding a goal. That's very well won by Rodri over there. West Ham with a chance over there, and what a goal that was, Vinay. What a goal. Right? I mean, for me, it is all about that finish. For me, it was all about that finish in West Ham's first game. You remember the first goal Haaland scored when against West Ham? I mean, of course, not the penalty, the first goal from open play, if you remember, which Haaland scored against West Ham. He just raced through from a Kevin De Bruyne across, right? The swagger, the finish of that goal was fantastic. And after that, what a coincidence, right? Against the same West Ham, he breaks the record of Dwight York and is it Dwight York? No, it's Andy Cole. I think it's Andy Cole and Alan Shearer. The finish, it's all about the finish, Vinay. The finish with which he announced himself running through against West Ham in the first game, and this finish, wow. He just finished it as if he was just waiting for the chance all game long. What a finish that is from Erling Haaland. Wonderful. Foden and Akanji are being worried here. This is interesting. "81 minutes is our target, where we have to maintain a clean sheet and we can't concede the goal. Let us play. Let us see this game out in phases now. Let us think we're still 1-0 up. That's it. And see this game out. Not a good ball there from... Haaland was almost through again. Haaland was almost through again. I mean, just remember last season you'd be having Sterling running through, and if the keeper came out let that for Raheem Sterling, what would he have done? And it's a City substitution now. It's Manuel Akanji and Phil Foden coming on. Nathan Ake, what a goal! Wonderful performance, Nathan. What a comeback from Nathan Ake, and Julian Alvarez is has gone out. Not the best game of Julian Alvarez, but that's the thing with Alvarez. Even if he doesn't give you the best game in terms of his passing, attacking sense, I Julian Alvarez is always there pressing and stuff. Probably Grealish will play Cam, I think, Vinay, but let us see. Back to Stefan Ortega, just don't play any risky passes. See the game out. The aim here should be to keep a clean sheet until the 90th minute. What is bloody Stefan Ortega doing playing that pass from there? Look at the positioning of Stefan Ortega. I don't understand why is his positioning there. He just left the entire goal, and what a pass. That is Rodri to Walker. Riyad Mahrez is there. Who's playing in the cam position? Let us see. Yes, I think it's Bernardo Silva there. Jack Grealish. Riyad Mahrez on his favourite left foot. 1v1 against Sofal. Ah, good chance from Grealish. He just could not get over the ball over there. And West Ham are making another substitution. I don't know this, but it seems West Ham has have another semi-final as well. I think to look forward to in the Europa Conference League. So I think they will be looking to rest players, but Bowen's gone and Ben Rama has come now. Fabianski with a long goal kick. What is Phil Foden doing there without passing? You can't do that to teams which that's very well done by John Stones, but you can't do that to teams which play on the transition, just trying to run through their midfield. What a stupid giveaway. Stefan just let it run away. Good attempted pass by Paqueta, I think it is, or Bowen. I don't know. Just take your time, Stefan. Unlike Edison, just take your time. Let us see this game through with a clean sheet more than anything else. Bernardo Silva. Why are we playing all those flicks and tricks now? It's a West Ham throw. I don't know why are we playing those flicks and tricks and all those unnecessary things now. We just cannot allow bloody West Ham to get back into the game. We must try to keep a clean sheet. We must try to play this game like we're just 1-0 up so that we can. That was a chance to pinch the ball. And I think Haaland or someone was offside. I don't know. Fabianski now has a chance to launch the ball forward. John Stones does well with the header, but West Ham get the second ball. Haaland, Erling just go and press. I'm literally counting down the clock now, even though it's 10 minutes plus. I think there'll be at least, I reckon, 5 minutes of added time will be given there. It's a City throw. We are not gonna get the ball back fast, no hurry. And what's the hurry in taking the bloody throw? Just see the game out, guys. Just remember, we are still playing with 1-0 and not 2-0. Just keep a clean sheet. Just protect a one goal lead. That's the mentality we need to play with. Till now, I'm just not able to understand Ortega's positioning here. Is if that pass is a little bit misdirected, I think it's almost an open goal for West Ham. See, that's the thing. West Ham are not pressing anyway. And it's a West Ham throw. It will be a long throw into the box. Why do you want to do that now? No, it will not be. I thought the throw was much more ahead, but no, it's not. That's a City throw, and what a ball that is. Erling Haaland to Jack Grealish. That's a City corner over there. It's a City corner. That's well done. That's well done. I just thought we were taking a lot. Just take time on this corner. There's no hurry. Play this corner short. Play it a short corner. I want us to take at least one full minute on this corner. What a goal that is! Game, set, and match! Game, set, and match! Made in Manchester, delivered with a gift wrap. This is Phil Foden. He's announced his return from injury in style. What a great strike that is! That is a Phil Foden special. What a strike that is! What a strike from Phil Foden! Wow! If any of the Arsenal fans would be watching in a little bit of hope that West Ham made come back against them from 2-0 down to 2-2, Foden has just told them, this is not Arsenal. This is not Arsenal. This is Manchester City. This is the Shark. This is the Blue Brigade. Once we smell blood, There's no one bloody stopping us. This is Manchester. Wow, what a strike! What a strike! What a strike from Phil Foden! Come on, Phil! It's game, set, and match. Another three added to the goal difference. That's a good challenge. Can you put a through ball? Can you put a through ball? I think Haaland's through. I think Haaland's through, but no. They can't put a through ball there. Let us finish this off with a clean sheet, guys. I mean, Stefan Ortega has been excellent, I would say, in this match. There were one or two corners. I think when we were 1-0 up, I think there were one or two corners and pass just didn't find Erling Haaland over there. But there were one or two corners when we were 1-0 up and Stefan Ortega was just superb. He came in, he punched the ball, he was always available for a pass, never shirked away in certain dangerous situations. Always, one thing I've seen about Stefan Ortega today is, more than in any other match prominently, is that he's always making an angle for a pass, especially today when Antonio Bowen, they were sort of pressing. That's very well defended. The defense has looked ominous today. Superb. Akanji is coming for Ake and it seemed as if we have not missed a heartbeat. Ortega is coming for Ederson and if they don't zoom in on Ederson and they just show it to you from a long shot, someone wearing an orange dress and playing out from the back, you would think Ederson is still playing. That's how good Ortega has played with the ball today. With his feet, he was just fantastic. Did not hoof the ball up a single, I think it was only once where he kicked it out. Just necessary. Other than that, he was almost, he was always trying to find someone. Short passes, long passes, didn't matter. Just tried to find someone. Good defending again. City absolutely want to keep a clean sheet here. Very good defending. Excellent defending, I would say. Look at the press, look at the intensity, look at the passion, look at the energy. Even when you're 3-0 up, there's no, letting of the hook or something. We will fight till the last minute. If Arsenal fans, they want to look at where this campaign has gone wrong, this is where it has gone wrong. When Arsenal have focused on, the trophies over, the league's done, we will go to this place and we will defeat them, we'll go to that place and we will defeat them and all of that. What City have done is we have respected each team, we have taken match one by one, we have never let the intensity drop, we have never let our heads drop, we have just focused on one game at a time, never got ahead of ourselves. I think that more than anything else, more than the tactical ability of Arteta compared to Pep Guardiola, team depth, squad depth, more than all of those things, I think this is one of the differentiating factors. I still don't know where the title race might go or end up. Still, for me, there are 5 matches after this. So, it's not done until the old fat lady sings. It's not done until the final match played in the Premier League, until the final whistle's blown. 4 minutes of added time. No, it's actually Calvin Phillips, I think, who's coming on. It has taken Pep Guardiola 3-0 lead and just extra time remaining to trust Calvin Phillips to come on. But Rodri has been immaculate today. He's been fantastic. He's been everywhere. Interceptions, passing, that run from deep. He should have had a goal for sure, Rodri. What a performance. Rodri will be given 10 today, 52 ratings. It's been so good, Rodri. The entire team's been good. It's been a tough match of football. Just don't. I mean, if someone just wakes up in the morning and sees it, Deutsche City would have had a stroll at the Etihad, wearing comfortable, wearing comfy t-shirts and lounge shorts or something like that. It wasn't. The first half was nervy. West Ham had one or two glimpses. West Ham had one or two chances. The second half, we just got out through a set piece, and it wasn't all, Merry. City had to work hard. Erling Haaland had to pull out one of his most sumptuous finishes to beat Fabianski over there. It just has been an all-round performance. I mean, the last two performances, I mean, you can single out the Arsenal performance as the one which probably tilted the league. Probably. I mean, I'm not disagree with you, but what about the follow-up performances? Fulham away was not easy. We dug in deep. Could have easily been 2-2. There were so many circumstances there. We dug in deep. We could have easily lost points there. Dug in deep. This match, we dug in deep after the first half. There was no panic. There was nothing, no panic, nothing from the players. They just went on doing their job. Of course, Pep tweaked something. We were much more fluid. We were much more penetrative. Jack Grealish, how did that not go in? Phil, how did you not have a brace today? I will not know, but just look at the football there. Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish. I think one of the tweak is that Bernardo Silva played more on the inside and Jack Grealish just had the outside to himself. We'll just talk about that once the match is done. I think it's almost done. West Ham, if the referee gave West Ham a choice right after it struck 90th minute, I think they would blow the whistle themselves. West Ham are ready to blow the whistle themselves. Right after the third goal went in, they're like, we're out of here. Because West Ham have what? I think European Conference League semi-final to play. And already David Moyes and Pep are meeting there and the whistle's done. It's calmness personified from Pep. Didn't look agitated at all. The first half, he was just directing a few things, but he did not look agitated at all. These players, they do not need any external mood. They never needed, but now more so, now more than ever, they do not need any calming down or something like that. They know the one quality, if you ask me, what is the difference between the Arsenal team and this team is we don't panic. We don't panic in any situation. We didn't panic when we were nil-nil. It was the 82nd minute at Crystal Palace. We got a penalty, that's fine, but that was the consequence of us not panicking. This team never panics. This team never gives in. This team believes that the game starts with a whistle, it ends with a whistle. Till that final whistle is blown, after the game has started, you have every chance of getting past the opponent. So, I mean, after the first half, it is interesting because some of the things which you have seen in the first half is that Bernardo Silva and Jack Grealish were both, they're showing the Premier League table and City are on top now with the game played less. The goal difference is very interesting here. The goal difference for Arsenal is plus 42 and for City is plus 57. Just 15 goals difference. Pep Guardiola is asking each of his players to go around, just thank the fans. Good that the Etihad was also not tense today. Everyone knew their job, right from the backroom staff to the fans to the players. Everyone knew their job. It was just fantastic. So in the first half, what we predominantly saw was Jack Grealish playing on the outside like he always does on the left, but Bernardo Silva also sort of, also coming out wide, trying to join Jack Grealish, try to play 1-2s with him. That sort of reminded me a bit about, what Cancelo was actually doing. It reminded me of what What Cancelo was doing, and that's why Jack Grealish was not able to, get on with it. And I think in the second half, what Pep did is Pep made Bernardo Silva play more on the inside. He just left that entire wide channel to Jack Grealish. You saw that Bernardo Silva just did not go there at all, and that meant that Grealish was more free. And it also meant that Bernardo also made some darting runs into the box, and that occupied center back. So now and Alvarez also made more darting runs in the second half. I think Bernardo occupied the center backs more. Alvarez occupied the center backs more. So you literally had, I mean, West Ham were defending with a back five, but then you literally had Erling Haaland against one centre back, Bernardo Silva other centre back, and Alvarez occupying centre backs with Grealish out wide. So the three centre backs are occupied, and that meant the full backs were left 1v1 against Jack Grealish and Riyad Mahrez, which was not happening in the first half because Alvarez was with Mahrez and Bernardo was with Jack Grealish. I think that was an interesting and a very good tactical tweak from Pep. There was that team talk in that Amazon Prime video on City. Once Pep comes into the dressing room and he says, when we were 1-0 down or something, I think in that match, and Pep says, "I'm sorry, guys. I'm human. I get things wrong. I'm sorry. I get things wrong, but I try my best to correct it." That is and that is what Pep did today. He corrected the mistake. What he did in the first half. Vinay says Haaland getting guard of honor. Yes, Vinay, I'm seeing that is just fantastic. But still, Vinay, my mind is just getting blown with that finish of Erling Haaland. What a finish, right? What a finish. I want him to do a similar kind of finish at the Bernabeu and go to the away fans and do this. That's what I mean. Yeah, but I think this is another difference between Guardiola and Mikel Arteta. The game against City, for example, was not going right, and what did Mikel Arteta do? Did nothing. They came with the same old stuff, just pressing City high. And what did Guardiola do here? He changed it. This is not This is not the only game which he changed actually. He changed it against Crystal Palace when we were 2-0 down. He changed it. He changed a bit against Fulham as well. He made us more solid in the previous game. He changed a bit against Liverpool as well when we went into half time 1-1. So a lot of credit to be given to Guardiola as well. When I say coach, staff, players, don't forget every 3 days without Kundo KDB. Exactly. Without Kundo KDB. Without KDB, we did it at Fulham. It's a tough away ground. Literally tough away ground. I mean, Saturday afternoon. Sunday early afternoon kickoff, tough away ground. It had a draw written over it, that Fulham match actually. Kudos that Alvarez stepped up, and this match as well. Alvarez again stepped up. Didn't have a good game, but pressed high with the energy and all. Alvarez stepped up. Grealish just raised his level a bit more. Bernardo always. Walker just looks very solid. Lot of positives from the back to the front. And Vinay says Ake is lucky charm. That is true, Vinay. That is true. But Vinay, if you are given a chance, what do you play against Real Madrid? Would you actually play Nathan Ake and Kyle Walker as both your fullbacks, or would you play or would you play Ake Akanji, or would you play Akanji Walker? I think we now have three solid combinations of fullbacks. That is actually an interesting thing because I'm a bit confused on whom to play actually. Because it's against Rodrigo. I actually think against Vinicius, I think Akanji doesn't play on the right. I think Kyle Walker plays on the right against Vinicius. That is a given. Now, I think the only choice is, do you play Ake or do you play Akanji on the left-hand side against Rodrigo? That is a very interesting choice for me because if you think your fullback needs to attack a bit, then I think you play Ake because it's a left footer. But in the recent times, especially when Pep has changed to this system with the box midfield with John Stones joining the midfield and stuff, I don't think our fullbacks actually attack. We stay back as a back four or a back three, for example, depending on the position of the ball and stuff. I think in that case, it would not be bad to play Akanji because I mean I don't know. I mean, do you can Walker defend in a back three? Again, that is the question. If John Stones, for example, goes into the midfield, they're showing the points table, and it's so nice. It's actually so nice to see us on the top. I mean, it's interesting because if John Stones does go into the midfield, then you want a back three there. And I think Ake, Diaz, and Akanji, they're generally centre backs by trade, and they would be a very compact back three. I don't think Kyle Walker can defend in a back three if John Stones does go into the midfield. I think it's an interesting choice which Pep Guardiola actually has to make for the Real Madrid game, but that is 2 games away anyway. That is 2 games away. Next on we go to Leeds. Big Sam waiting there. Leeds at home again at the Etihad. Big Sam waiting there. And before I go, I think just a word about Stefan Ortega. What a game he's had. Did not put a foot wrong. I mean, you'd say there have been no shots from West Ham, but his positioning has been superb. The way he's received the ball has been superb. The way he's put himself in order to receive the ball. The angles is created because there were instances when West Ham, Bowen, Antonio, Paqueta, they were pressing us high, and Jack Stephen would have played some risky passes last time. I mean, he would have hoofed the ball up, but Stephen Ortega kept his mind, played passes just like Edison, took the risk, put the ball into the midfield. Just was fantastic. And I think from corners, dare I say this, but Stephen Ortega looks much more solid in terms of shot stopping, in terms of, dealing with those corners and all of those things. For me, pure ball playing goalkeeper wise, Edison is the best in the Premier League, and he could be the best in the world. If not the best in the world, he's the top two in the world. Edison. I don't know who the best is. It's Ter Stegen, Neuer, but I would put Edison over them just in terms of playing with the feet. In terms of shot stopping, probably Edison is not at the top. But Stefan Ortega, for me, if you look at the balance between playing out from the back and also shot stopping, I would actually put Stefan Ortega above Edison because he just looks so solid with shot stopping. But again, Edison gives you those passes to open up defenses. So what we have got some exciting goalkeeping talent. I mean, Stefan Ortega, I fully expect Stefan Ortega to start in the Champions League, I think from next season on. We have actually had a discussion on this channel about that, and fully expect Ortega to start. And just the thing about our defense, defense, I mean, I was actually, I mean, I won't say 100% confident, but I was confident with our defense that we could probably defend even a 1-0 lead. This defense, I know 1-0 anything can happen, a freak can happen, but this defense is, I mean, right from leaking goals left, right, and center when we were 2-0 down to Tottenham at half time. In that phase, we were just leaking goals left, right, and center, right? Right from there to, Bayern Munich 3-0 down. I mean, Bayern Munich 3-0 up, keeping a clean sheet against Bayern, protecting a 2-1 lead, protecting a 1-goal lead against Fulham for an entire half almost. It's just fantastic, and that too under pressure. This defense is just, Pep Guardiola has turned this defense into such a solid unit. Yeah, I mean, if you just saw this defensive performance and saw that 4 centre backs are playing at the back without seeing the playing style, you would be forgiven for not telling that. You would be forgiven for thinking that Jose Mourinho is the coach of this team. 4 centre backs at the back, and then a solid DM and Rodri and Erling Haaland up front. A big physical team. When is the last time you saw Pep playing with such a big physical team? The height. I think we are at least in the top 3 physical teams in the entire Premier League. Such a transformation from Pep. Bayaji says City could become first ever club to win FA Cup without conceding any goal thanks to Ortega. Exactly, Bayaji. FA Cup, we have not conceded a single goal. I mean, even in the Carabao Cup, we could have bloody won that Carabao Cup. I think if not for Calvin Phillips' disaster against Southampton. I mean, we bloody defeated Chelsea. We bloody defeated Liverpool. At that time, Chelsea were not as bad as this when Potter was there. We defeated Chelsea. We defeated Liverpool, and then due to Calvin Phillips starting, we go and lose to bloody Southampton. Otherwise, we could have been on for an unprecedented quadruple. I mean, what a season everyone's having. I mean, not just Stefan Ortega. I think everyone's just having a fantastic season. For me, I know in the past City teams also this was there, but I think that the fascinating thing about this is people like Haaland. Okay, Calvin Phillips has come. He is not taken part, but that kind of gelling, how fast they have gelled without the atmosphere in the team being that big, that disturbed. It's just fascinating how not just the players. When City were not winning games convincingly, when we were not when Kevin De Bruyne was dropped early on in the season, when John Stones was dropped early on in the season, when you almost had a couple of important players on the bench, Kyle Walker on the bench. That's the core, right? De Bruyne on the bench, Walker on the bench. Just imagine this in a club like Chelsea, for example. Big players on the bench, the manager would be out. But the thing is, none of the players allowed. Okay, Cancelo went, but other than that, none of the players, they did not allow this to become toxic. They always believed in the methodology of the club. They always believed in what Pep was doing with them. They never let the motivation drop. And I think that camaraderie, that friendship, it just playing for each other. I would say the biggest strength of this club is not Pep's tactics, not the individual genius of Kevin De Bruyne, not the goal scoring genius of Erling Haaland, but it's the ability to stand up for each other. It's the ability to play for each other in tough moments. It's the ability to, when someone is in a tough situation, for example, two players are closing him down today. Mahrez was crowded and Alvarez just sprints, or John Stones just sprints and he offers a passing lane for Riyad Mahrez. It is those small things that really drive each other on. And one of the reasons for success of the club is Ake and Akanji. I don't think they feel that one is taking the place of the other. In fact, I think they actually feel that. I don't feel Erling Haaland and Julian Alvarez. There's a clear example. Haaland and Alvarez, I don't think for a moment Alvarez feels insecure because of Haaland. In fact, he feels this is a great opportunity for me to learn from Erling Haaland. In every position, we have two players and each of them is actually feeling grateful that they have that competition to learn from. Rather than feeling insecure, they will lose their place to them. And I think when you have that attitude, it's difficult to build that attitude in the team. Look at what's happened to Chelsea. You bring in too many players for each position, it's club can go club can just go bust. Why are Spurs not able to sign a second good striker for Harry Kane? The same thing. It's not so easy to bring in two players of very high talent and make them gel together. It's just a special atmosphere inside this team for me that is driving this team on. And that is so important. At this stage of the season, especially you've seen in the first half, the second half against Fulham, the first half here, and a lot of you were mentioning in the comments as well. And even I felt that we were looking, a bit legged. We were looking a bit tired. We were looking, we were feeling the effects finally of playing 3 games in a row from a game every 3 days from the last 2 3 weeks or whatever it was. When you're down in such a moment, what really helps you produce that sparkling moment to win games. It's something you find when you dig deep inside, and that is what the City team has. Because you cannot win 2 3 trophies, you cannot challenge for trebles, for example, or doubles without having that little bit extra. That is what differentiates your Usain Bolts, for example, from others. That is what differentiates the very best teams from others. So overall, a fantastic thing. Overall, a fantastic thing from City, and fantastic that we are able to find that an energy from beneath ourselves to produce something special. And it's just going to be a special journey, guys. Just don't. I would say that just don't look too far ahead. I think it was a week back before Arsenal. I think I just scrolled through all the fixtures and I was like, wow, so many fixtures. And then I thought to myself, why are we looking at those many fixtures? Isn't it the time to enjoy each match? Isn't it the time to live each second? Because you never know. This is sport. You never know when you're going to live this moment again. So just enjoy each second. Just enjoy each match through this journey. That is what this is a special journey this team is on. So just enjoy each of it together. Wonderful match, and I'll be back in front of you against Leeds again on Saturday. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and it's been a fantastic result for City. What a game, what a game, and thank you all again for being here and with your wonderful comments again. See you all, and